don't even feel like this kayak is going to roll. I don't feel like I'm going to come out of the seat whatsoever. All right, we're going to self-launch the kayak. Forgot the park brake. And we'll pull it in right there and grab it. All right, let's take a minute and talk about kayak stability and what kind of setup that you need to be really stable on the water. So I'm first going to touch on kayaks, because with each kayak that you get, it's going to have a level of stability. But does that mean that stability is right for you? It really depends on what you want to do, what you want to get out of your kayak. If you have trouble getting in and out of a kayak, from experience, I'm going to tell you that the kayaks that set lower, where your seat are lower to the ground, you're going to find that if you cannot use your legs, it is going to be harder to get in and out of that kayak. I was able to do it for almost a year, but it was not without challenges. So when I looked at getting a different kayak setup, the main thing that I looked at was the cockpit right here where I'm sitting. How does the kayak sit? Because one thing about kayak fishing is if you cannot be comfortable all day, you are not going to be able to fish long. Comfort and stability go hand in hand on a kayak. And the one thing that really pointed me toward the native Titan X was the seat height. The way that the raised seat is with the deep cockpit, you can see my legs are almost perpendicular to the floor. So as I'm sitting here, I'm not sitting in a reclined position. I'm sitting upright. I feel comfortable. I feel like I'm sitting in a normal chair, which makes moving around on this kayak super easy, especially if you need to stretch. So for me, it is nothing to just kind of straighten my legs out, stretch out, take a quick little break, and not be in a bind. That's the thing you got to look at. You got to look at your setup, and you got to think about future tense, not right in the moment. When you start rigging your kayak and you're going to add things on here, you're going to lose some of that space. You kind of have to look at what type of space do I really need, and what am I going to lose, and what am I going to give up as far as comfort and stability when you do that. Now, I will say with the native Titan X that the rigging on this kayak is endless. With the track system that you have on here all throughout, the storage compartments up front, and you can pretty much rig this kayak up in many different ways to achieve the rigging that you want without sacrificing your comfort. Now, I did order the seat risers for the native Titan X seat, and I have those on right now. So I'm setting, I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 inches taller, and to be honest with you, I can't even tell that it has changed the stability on this kayak. I mean, I can lean over, I am touching the water, and I don't even feel like this kayak is going to roll. I don't feel like I'm going to come out of the seat whatsoever. Your side stability, I mean, I can rock this thing and I don't feel at any point like I'm going to lose my balance and fall over the kayak. That's one thing you've got to think about is, you know, netting a fish, or if you're leaning over to clean your hands and whatnot. You have to make sure that you have good upper body stability. I am really keen on having upper stability, so that especially helps me out with my kayak. Now, as you can see, I'm standing up in the kayak. Now, do I feel like that I would stand up all the time to fish out of this kayak? No. That is not the reason I got this kayak, was to stand up and fish. I know my limitations. Now, to help other people out there that are getting into kayaking and fishing, there's things I'm going to test that are things that people need to know as far as standing stability. And the one thing that I can tell you is when I stand up with 2 prosthetic legs, there is an initial stability that you have to reach. So when you have real feet, you're able to move your ankle joints and use your toes to help you balance. Us that are amputees, our prosthetic feet are stiff. There's no give in the toes. There is absolutely no give typically in the ankle if you have really high-end feet. So those feet are stiff. So when I stand up, I have to find that balance point with my prosthetic feet. So initially standing, you can see how easy it is to stand. Now, I'm perfectly standing, but there is a little bit of a rock here. Now, if I had something that I could mount to on a track, I know Yak Attack makes the stand assist, which is the system that allows you to be able to stand. But I have a crossbar up here, so I don't want to get rid of my crossbar to have a stand assist. Now, the way the seat design is on the native seats, they've got these slots that you can add things. So this is for anybody that is into modding, Yak Attack, Yak Hobby, Native, Bonafide. Any of you all that could help design a screw-in extension armrest here. That would allow to get your hands up here so when you're standing you kind of have something to hold on to. The other thing would be to having like those specific style of handles that you could screw into the track, and once you stood up you could just kind of hold onto that to help yourself balance. Now, for me, being able to stand after a 3 or 4 hour session of fishing, I've got to stretch. I've got a bad back, I've got a shot hip, and I just get stiff. So there's times that I just need to stand and stretch. Having something right there to hold on to would absolutely be beneficial and helpful in people that needed to stand. And that would also help getting in and out of the kayak, because you would have something you could hold on to. Right now I use the seat, but here's what I will tell you. With the swivel seat, it turns, so I'm going to have to buy the lockout device that goes on here so I can lock it out so it doesn't move. But that, that's the one thing right now where I've been testing that I could see that where something designed could be very, very beneficial for amputees or people that are very weak and they're trying to stand up, and initially when they first stand up, they're having that issue of getting their balance. It's not the kayak. This kayak is a super stable kayak. It's probably one of the most stable kayaks that I've been in. But all kayaks have the primary and secondary stability, and they kick in for a reason, and that's to help you from trying to flip your kayak. But even in boats, when you get to one side, they're going to lean a little bit. So you have got to be able to balance yourself, and you sometimes need assistance to be able to do that. The other thing you've got to look at when you're talking about getting a stable kayak, that is not going to come with a lightweight kayak. If you're going to get a lightweight kayak, I can assure you, if it's light enough to grab and throw in the back of your vehicle and throw it and go, I can guarantee you when you get out on the water, the seating system is not going to be raised, and it's not going to have the stability that these bigger type kayaks are going to have. So you're going to have to give up the weight to be able to get the stability. And from all the videos that I have watched, all the videos that I have researched, is I have never seen any of the lower setting kayaks that are down to the water that did not have a lowered or a leaned back seat, or if it did have a taller seat, you're losing some of that stability because you're giving up the center of gravity by being higher. Other thing that I would tell you is if you're going to get a kayak that's stable, you got to plan and get a trailer. These are not kayaks that you're going to load in and out the truck. For one, if you're having stability issues. Two, if you have general weakness, this is not a kayak that you're going to load and unload in the back of the truck. My suggestion would be to hit up Marketplace or find someone that's got a used jet ski trailer or a small boat trailer like a John boat trailer that maybe needs a little bit of work, put a little bit of money into it, and you can rig it up to use for a boat. And that's exactly what I've done with my jet ski trailer. I've never had an issue hauling this kayak or my other kayak, the Shearwater that I had, on that trailer. That is a very useful tool that you can get that will save your bike, save you a lot of strength, and save you a lot of aggravation trying to get one of these in and out of a back of a vehicle, doing it all by yourself. If you're new into kayaking, I strongly suggest, if you have some buddies that kayak, ask them to let you try out their kayak. You'll find most people in the kayaking industry are super friendly, super nice. They're not going to mind you trying out their kayak to see if it fits you, to see if it's what you're looking for. That's the first place you can start. Do some research, but within that, I will caution you, when you start researching stable kayaks, stable for 5'6", 150, 175 pound person is a different stable than someone that is 6'2", 200, 250 pounds. So Don't be misled by the word stability when you're researching kayaks, because it is definitely different when you're talking about different types of people that use kayaks. I'm making this content to help you all out. If you have questions, if there's something you want to know, just drop me a comment down below. That's why I'm here doing this. I'm testing these things so I can give you all feedback, so I can learn myself, I can see things that need to be changed, and what I could do different to make fishing trips easier, and to make these trips a little bit easier for you all when it comes to rigging your kayak and when you're choosing a kayak. So if you have a specific question, if it's about prosthetic legs, how I do things, drop it down below. I would love to hear from you. One key area that I can tell you if you get a kayak and you're going out, is first and foremost, get a PFD. I've got this little lightweight one on today because I was just going to stay up here in the cove. I was checking out my fish finder today. I've got a tournament this weekend, so I just brought my lightweight one, but I've got one that's kind of tactical where I've got a bunch of pockets, but it ain't worth it. Don't go out on the kayak without a PFD. All of us at some point in life have accidents. Things happen. You don't want to be out on the water by yourself and flip your kayak, or something happen and you not have a PFD on, not be able to get back into your kayak, and now you're stuck in the water and the water temperature's cold and you get weak really fast, or you get dehydrated, and that's where bad things happen. So first and foremost, PFD anytime you're going to go out. Buddy system. Call a buddy. There's a whole bunch of groups. There's people that will go fishing all the time. Just post a message, say, hey, I'm wanting to go out and try out a kayak, or I'm wanting to go fishing. Does anybody want to go? I guarantee you, if there's anybody in the general area, they will more than likely meet up with you and go fishing. I cannot tell you how many people that I've come across on my channel that some of them live pretty close, some of them were 4 or 5 hours, some of them are in different states, and we're planning fishing trips together. We're going to get together and we're going to do some fishing trips. And that's what this community is. We help each other out. We look out for each other. And I would say if there's people out there that are not doing that, then they're not the right people in the kayak industry. I hope this video has helped you. If this is what you're looking for, if it has, drop me a comment below and tell me that you appreciated the video, and I'm going to be making a whole bunch more of these adapting kayak videos just so I can help you, help me, and we can all help the community together. So hit the like button, subscribe button. We're going to get out of here. We will see you on the next trip. Did you get that too?
Me if you can. I got power in my hands, so catch me if you can. I was born on a 2-lane, sitting sideways in a Mustang. Put me in the dirt or on the highway if you're coming my way. I was raised in the shotgun.